Before I even start this review, I'm just gonna say I can't be objective when it comes to this shoe. And instead of telling you why, I'll try and show you why. First, I'm wearing this t-shirt, official Wu wear, Shaolin, New York. One t-shirt, another t-shirt, Killer Bees, another one with the members on the shirt, another one, just a logo with Wu-Tang across, another basketball related one with Wu-Tang New York on the shirt. Got this at Urban Outfitters, couldn't say no, last size left, had to grab it. I got the Wu-Tang manual, must have, must read. Do I have a record player? Nope. Do I have the vinyl? Of course I do. Clearly, I am a diehard Wu-Tang fan. That's just the things I can remember that I own. There's probably stuff packed away that I just completely forgot about. In fact, you may not have noticed, but all the text that I overlay on my videos, and every video pretty much from day one, has been a yellow that is very close, or I think the same hex code as the yellow that Wu-Tang uses. It was intentional, very intentional. The fandom runs deep. And a huge reason behind that is growing up as an Asian kid in a Western society, we had certain stereotypes, especially in the 90s, that was hard to shake off. You know, the nerdy, kind of quiet, submissive, and honestly uncool perception that we had about us that always followed us around. I mean, Jet Li in Romeo Must Die, he risked his entire life trying to save Aaliyah, and he couldn't even get the Mushu. I can't even remember if he got a kiss on the cheek. That was the type of perception that we grew up with. Friend zone from day one. So when another culture embraces ours and takes it as inspiration to express themselves and even use it as a type of metaphor for their own empowerment within their own communities, to me, it is a beautiful thing. And there was no other group in hip-hop, honestly, no other hip-hop artist, period, that embraced our culture as much as the legendary Wu-Tang Clan. I mean, their name is literally from a martial arts movie. It was a group that took Eastern culture, brought it into hip-hop, brought it into a genre of music, which quite honestly had a perception that was pretty much the complete opposite of the stereotypes that people like me were dealing with. It was aggressive. It was definitely cool. It was angry, but in a very thought-provoking way. And as a kid that just naturally gravitated towards hip-hop, there was no one like the Wu for me. I mean, all the cultural stuff aside, they're just so good. Why is the sky blue? Why is the water wet? Why did Judas rat to the Romans while Jesus slept? Stand up, you're out of luck like two dogs stuck. Iron Man sipping rum out of Stanley cups. They're so good. So when news about this very special shoe was going to retro and be made available to the general public for the first time ever, couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it was happening. Wu-Tang Clan, Nike Dunk High. Now this shoe is dropping on November 9th for $150 in the United States, slightly more expensive than a regular Nike Dunk. It is technically a Nike Dunk High Premium, and November 9th is actually the same day that their debut album, Enter the Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers, an absolute classic, fantastic, legendary album. That was the day it first dropped. In 1999, when this shoe first released, there was only about 100 pairs available. It was only made for promotional and marketing purposes, so not available to the public. Only very special people got it. And in 2016, there was actually talks of Nike bringing this shoe back for 2018. That would have been the 25th year anniversary of their debut album. Never came to fruition, but according to complex.com, there was going to be 360 pairs of this colorway released, and then 36 extra pairs of the reverse colorway, so reversing the color blocking. That would have looked very interesting too. But finally, in 2024, we're going to get this shoe as a general release. And also, there's 36 special pairs featuring a very special box with a candle included inside, I believe. People like Fat Joe are getting it, and it's actually already shock dropped on sneakers in like late September. And first impressions of this shoe, I can't be objective. This is perfect. Just the colors, I'm already a black sneaker lover. It just looks so sleek. The yellow is not super bright, not super bold. It is wearable as well. Just I'm at a loss for words. I can't believe I have this shoe. I know some people just want to keep Grails like the way it is, very rare. No like re-release like the Undefeated 4s in 2025. Some people have a problem with that shoe coming back, but as someone that dreamed of having this shoe, one that never actually was made available to us, can't believe I have it sitting right here in front of me. Now, I wanted this shoe so much, I had to get the Pollens. Still a very, very delicious shoe. This Pollen Jordan 1. I think it looks really good, and you can see the shade of yellow is slightly different. I think the pollens are slightly darker, but very, very close. And the upper of the shoe, it comes completely in leather, and this leather is slightly different than a general release Nike Dunk High. It is better. You can see the texture and grain of the leather very clearly. Feels nice to the touch, feels soft, but the texture is not like overly done, doesn't look super artificial like some Nike and Jordan brand shoes do, like the recent Jordan 14 Black Toe that I just reviewed. That is just overdone. You don't see that on the shoe. Even the swoosh is textured, but again, not overdone. It's not like the absolute best Italian premium leather in the world, but for a Nike Dunk, this is an upgrade. It is a Nike Dunk Premium, so it better be better than a general release. And the yellow is actually slightly darker and duller than the 1999 version of this shoe. So it's not exactly the same, and I actually prefer this color. It's just slightly, I think, less bold, less bright, slightly easier to wear in my opinion. I like this shade better. And then of course, the most distinct thing about this shoe, the thing that makes it special, is that embroidered Wu-Tang emblem on the heel. Love it. Just nice and simple, you know what it is, and it also leans slightly at a different angle than the original version of the shoe, so a few modifications, not a one-to-one match, but I don't mind it. In the moving up tongue, you get this nylon tongue that you see on like Jordan 1s, and then instead of a Nike tag at the top of the tongue, you get a very special Wu-Tang tag, and more references to Wu-Tang, the better. Now this shoe does not come with any extra laces, just this yellow, mustard, gold, whatever color you want to call it. Just one set of laces out of the box. I would have preferred if they came with like black or even white laces, just to give us more options. Now usually I would complain about no extra laces for Nike retros, but like I said, no objectivity when it comes to this shoe. I just love it. Out of the box, straight to feet. These yellow laces look delicious. Now the Nike Dunk High comes with a rubber cup sole with, that's it, nothing. There's no Nike Air, definitely no Zoom Air. It's a very, very old shoe, so pretty much no technology on the shoe at all. But I am glad to say this sole is just white. They didn't pre-age it, no nonsense sale on the shoe for no reason. And look how delicious that white looks. It just offsets the rest of the colors on the shoe so well. It's probably my bias, probably my lack of objectivity, but I just love how it looks. And of course, you get that iconic rubber outsole with that concentric circle pattern that was first introduced on the Air Force Ones. The Nike Dunks, just like the Air Force Ones, was originally a basketball shoe, and that concentric circle pattern was made so basketball players could pivot easier, and it's made its way onto the Jordan 1s, Jordan 2s, Jordan 3s. Very iconic outsole pattern by now, and the same yellow that you see on the upper. Even seeing the outsole on the shoe makes me happy. Just love everything about it. Now the insole of the shoe, it is just a standard Nike insole. It is very hard to rip out. I definitely don't want to damage it, but it is generic. It's not the greatest quality, just a yellow Nike logo. And this is a minor complaint that I have. I feel like they could have given us really cool custom insoles. Might not be like the original 1999 version, but I think that would have been like an added extra touch without taking away from what this shoe is. And box of the shoe, it is a standard black Nike box. I really would have loved if they gave us like a custom box that was more Wu-Tang inspired, even just the colors. But no, just a standard Nike box. It is a pull-out box, and that's it. And now moving on to sizing and comfort, I am a wide and flat footer for Nike Dunk Highs. I go true to size. I think lengthwise, widthwise, it fits pretty well. No issues with like my toe box hurting, my arches hurting. I would recommend just sticking true to size, even if you don't have wide feet. The padding around the ankle lining is very good. Almost kind of has a memory foam feeling to it. Feels very comfortable around that area of the shoe. But I will say, like comfort under your feet, there's minimal technology on the shoe. It is a very old shoe. Came out in 1985. So yeah, can't expect the most comfort. You know, wearing like pillows on your feet. It's almost like you're wearing on like thick cardboard. That's how the cushioning feels. For like casual use, walking around for a few hours here and there, I don't really find any big problems with it. But if you're getting this shoe for comfort, don't do that. You need to get your head checked. Don't do that. You're getting this shoe because it is the Nike Dunk High Wu-Tang. That's why you're getting the shoe, not because you want to feel comfortable on your feet. And that brings the total sole score of the Wu-Tang Clan Nike Dunk High to 35 out of 50. A decent score compared to other collaborations, but I will say that score does not reflect how I intuitively, subjectively feel about this shoe, and you'll see why. But But first, it is colorway. Perfect colorway. 10 out of 10. I already love black sneakers. If you've seen my past reviews at all, whenever it's a predominantly black sneaker, I'll mention how I do like black sneakers more than most people, I think. And in this color blocking, I love it. It is so sleek. The yellow is perfect. Wu-Tang colors obviously makes it more special. 10 out of 10. No objectivity, I don't care. And in terms of the materials, it is better than a Nike Dunk High. It does feel nice to the touch. It's pretty soft. You can see the texture all over, but it's not overdone, doesn't look artificial. So I do like that. It's not perfect, of course, in terms of the tech specs. It's not great. It's a very old shoe, so it's not perfect. Definitely not like delicious Italian-made, scrumptious premium leather, but compared to what you would expect from a Nike Dunk, it is good. And in terms of the comfort of this shoe, don't look for the shoe for extra comfort. It is not meant for that. It is a shoe that came out before I was even born. The technology is pretty much non-existent. I will say around your feet, inside the shoe, it feels good, it feels snug. Under your feet, not the greatest. For casual use, walking around, it'll do just fine. It's not super lightweight, but it doesn't feel like bricks either. And in terms of the versatility of the shoe, silhouette-wise, I think the Nike Dunk Highs are very wearable. It is a pretty timeless and classic silhouette. And in terms of the wearability of this colorway, I think it's super wearable. Some people might not love this yellow or might think it's a bit too bold, but it's not like that super bright, like in-your-face yellow that almost looks like a, I don't know, it's not super bright. It's a very wearable yellow with this black. I think it's a very versatile wearable silhouette with a very wearable colorway. The versatility of the shoe is outstanding. Now, in terms of storytelling of the shoe, this is why the overall total sole score does not reflect how I like intuitively, just from the gut feel about this shoe, because I have to try and be objective with each metric. I will say, in terms of overall like storytelling and unboxing experience, it's slightly lackluster, and I don't know exactly how it came in 1999, like how it came as a package delivered to special people that receive this shoe. But the box is pretty general. I'm talking about the general release, not the special boxes. The boxes are pretty standard, general Nike box, no extra memorabilia or like keychain, hang tag, no like card inside. The only type of storytelling that you find on the shoe is the emblems on the heel as well as the tongue, and that's fine, but at least as part of the experience, it could be slightly better done. I think they missed an opportunity there. The insoles are not like custom art, custom Wu-Tang graphics. Again, if that was how it was in 1999, that's fine, but I do think just as part of the box, even the paper, something like that, it could have been done better as an entire package. Let me know if you think I'm off base on that. As much as I love this shoe, this is the one area where I was slightly disappointed. There are a lot of shoes that I release throughout the course of my life where I see it and I go, oh, that could be a Grail. That might be up there. Like the Union LA Jordan 1s, both the ones that have already released, not the ones coming up in 2025. I look at those and I'm like, those are outstanding. Those could be my Grails. But when I really sit down and think about it, when I think about this question very seriously, what is my favorite sneaker ever, my personal Grail, every time I think about it, it comes back to this. With how I connected with their music, yeah, it had to be this. This is my Grail. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Soul Inclined. Let me know what you think of the Wu-Tang Clan, Nike Dunk High. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. And remember, tomorrow may never come. The way your shoes.